Welcome to practice. We're going to begin standing and having feet under the hips and feet are parallel, so the legs are parallel. Hands onto the belly, and we're going to let ourselves waver a little around the feet. I'm kind of using my whole body like a pencil. The lead was at the top of my head to draw a halo. And close your eyes as you do that. And feel the weight transfer around your feet. Connecting to your breath. And then in the other direction. Feeling the toes react, the outside arches of the feet, the heels, balls of the feet, the inside arches, all reacting. And then let yourself find center. And when we do that, try to find stillness. There's still a little wavering happening. Finding center. Beautiful. And open your eyes. And we're going to do something similar, but just on the left foot. So you can be on your right tiptoes, just take the weight out of that foot, but it can be there to help you. Or you can lift it all the way off the floor. And see if you can waver your weight, drawing that little halo above your head around just your left foot. Ooh. Wow. Sort of go forward and back, but it's hard to draw a circle. Nice. Other direction. Good. And both feet back on the floor. That's mightily difficult. All right. And then up onto the left tiptoe. So you're just in your right foot and try and make a halo above your head. Ah. You can keep your left tiptoes lightly onto the floor, if that helps. And it does. Good. And then the other direction. Beautiful. And both feet back on the floor. So you might notice in that one-legged version, so much going on in the foot and the leg. You might feel the hip stabilizing part of the body outside the hips. So we want flexible feet and strong, stable legs and hips. Good. Okay, we're going to forward roll, and we're going to do that just with soft joints. So a feeling of being really fluffy, and let yourself roll forward. Whatever shape that is making in your body. So you might feel some tightness in your lower back, or maybe it's more in your legs. And then softly roll up and take your shoulders up to your ears and your shoulder blades down. Good. And then we're softly going to roll. Just starting to get used to this kind of movement in your practice, and where it feels resistant, where we need to pay extra kindness and compassion to our body. Roll the shoulders up and back. And one more. Softly rolling forward. Just hang there for a couple more breaths and let the body weight shift a little front to back. And a little bit side to side. Back to center and rolling softly up. Shoulders up and then shoulder blades down. Put your heels out wider than your hips and your toes out. Good. And we're going to bend the knees a little. It doesn't have to be your full squat, but just whatever feels good in your leg. And keep your spine feeling like it's really supported. Keep a length to the spine and the bones of the spine embedding forward. Press into your heels and up. Good. So it's a sort of a squat, but we're leaning forward at the same time. Good. So bending your knees. And we're keeping an ease now in the lower back. Bones of the spine embedding forward. We press into your heels and rolling up. Let's lift the shoulders. Take the shoulder blade. And one more of those. A little bit of a squat. Bringing the torso forward, but really paying attention to the lower back. Bringing the bones of the spine forward. So the back feels really supported. Good. And then pressing into the heels. And then roll up. Shoulders up to the ears. Shoulder blades down. Nice work. Have the feet hip width. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back a little bit. So we've got a parallel feet side to side. We're going to drop the back knee towards the floor and bend the front knee. We're going to keep the torso really easily balanced over the leg. And then coming back up onto straight leg. Press your back heel. And then again. And with your breath, finding that your chest is spacious, the shoulders are easy. One more, bending the back knee, bending the front knee. Nice work. Step your left foot forward and your right foot back. Bending the back knee, front knee. Balancing the torso with ease on the leg. Lifting back up, straight legs, press the back heel. Good, and again. Taking it with ease, with compassion, not overdoing it. Checking to see how your knees feel. Beautiful. Good. Let's take Tadasana again. And this time with the arms up by the ears. We're going to hold our elbows and lengthen the sides of the waist and stretch a little from side to side. And as you do that, make space and length for your neck. Feel the sides of the body length. Good. Start to lift through the front of the leg, the front of the thigh, really supporting the core of the body, which supports the spine. And then softly bending the knees and rolling forward. Now pay attention here to the lower back. Try to bring the vertebra there towards the belly. Try to bring the belly forward. Keep the front and back of the neck even length. Reach the elbows forward away from the hips. Tuning into the flow of your breath. And body weight a little bit forward and back over the feet. Good. Centering your weight and rolling up. Lift the elbows up. Lift the sides of the waist. Good. And then from side to side, stretching. Nice work. Bring the arms behind now and hold your elbows or in that direction with your forearm. Okay, and feel the back bend. We're going to bend forward again. But the arms are really going to help you with that movement of the bones of the spine, embedding towards the front of your torso. And notice the difference. So now that when you come into your forward bend, you can feel that the spine is more easeful in its shape, but you can really look at the stretch in your legs and let that happen. You can let the legs straighten now. All right, so we're going to use the core of the body to really support healthy spine. Reach the top of the head forward, and then we're going to draw a little circle at the top of the head with the whole torso. And the other direction. Good. And then bend the knee and inhale. And rolling up, and let's take the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Looking up. Nice work. Bring the hands in front of the heart and press them so the shoulder blades are anchored down. I don't need my blanket on that. We're going to step the feet out too wide. And you can step or jump. Little jump. Whatever feels good. Feet wider than your leg is long. Great. And let's turn the toes out. Lift up. And drop the hips. Okay. Let's take the arms behind again. For the same reason, plus we get a nice little stretch for the chest and shoulders, but really paying attention to where the bones of the spine are. Good. And lifting the pelvic floor as you drop the hips. And we're going to bend forward. Good. Keeping the bones of the spine towards the belly and lengthening the belly, lengthening the front of the chest and breastbone looking forward. Reach the top of your head forward. Feel the lift of the pelvic floor. So you feel really supported in the torso. Good. Try not to grip with your toes. Okay, and then we're going to draw a circle with the top of the head. You can make it a small or a bigger circle as feels good in your joint. But we're looking at the core of the body, really working to keep a healthy spine here. And the other direction. Nice work. And then lift the pelvic floor, lift the torso, And coming up. Nice work. Release your arms. Take them overhead. Wiggle your toes in towards center. So your toes are in, your heels are out. Stretch the outside of your feet, the outside of your lower leg. Lift your kneecaps, your quadriceps, looking up. And bring the chest forward. Hands can rest on the floor under your shoulders. Lift your kneecap. Breathing deeply. Feeling the shape of the spine. Feeling that energetic pressure and resistance of the feet to the floor, hands to the floor, strong leg, strong arm, long spine. Nice. Bend the knees and roll up. Great. We're going to turn the right foot out at 90 degrees and have your left foot in an arch, lining up with that right heel. All right. What we're going to try and do is a little bit of a momentum, and as though we could dance up and balance onto that right foot. Now, it might be that you've got to step your back foot in a little bit to get that feeling that you can balance, and then very lightly drop back down. Or you might be able to do it from this wide stand. Okay, you go. So we're going to lift up onto the right foot as though for half moon pose. And then gently dropping back. Whoa. Keep your balance there. Beautiful. All right. And then we're going to do the other side. So turn your left foot out 90 degrees and try and keep that back inner arch lined up with that foot. It's a bit hard to do when you're dropping back, but as much as you can. All right, and let's see how that goes on that side. Maybe it just feels like your legs are too wide to get the momentum that you need. So you can always step the back foot in a little bit. But trying to balance, trying to hover there for a moment, really holding the body above the foot, lightly dropping back. Not so light, but a little bit of jarring for the bones, good for our bone strength, so long as we're being kind to our joints. All right, that's good. Let's swap back to the first side, right foot. We're going to give it a go and really try and balance. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. If you find it's just too hard to hold your weight over that leg with the back foot up, keep your toes on the floor. You could always hold on to a chair if you needed. But we're going to bring the hands to the hips. So if you're able to lift your back leg, lift it up. Good. And we're going to try and roll the left hip back. Nice. Try and keep broad across the chest. Beautiful. So you've got a nice straight line through the spine and the left leg. Good. Release that side. Turn around to the second side. And we're going to try and really hold that balance. Good. So you might have your right tiptoes on the floor. Or else lift the leg and try to roll your right back. Nice. Feel the core of the body supporting a strong spine. Good. And then releasing that side. Let's take the feet out wide again. Turn the toes in and the heels out. bring the arm up. Look up. Great. We'll take the right arm over to the left foot. Good. And lift up through the left arm and really turning your torso to look up past the left fingers. Lift the pelvic floor. Feel the support of the whole core of the body as you lift your torso. Sweep the arms up. Really stretch open the front of the body. Beautiful. Left arm, right leg. Take the right arm up and turn the ribs, looking. Good, powerful support in the core of the body. Strong legs, lifting up. Nice work. This time, hip centered. Come forward and use your hands to hold your legs or your ankles or your feet. Good. Lift the breastbone and look forward and feel that work of embedding the bones of the spine forward. Good. Reach the top of the head as far forward as you can or down towards the floor if that's your kind of movement. Lifting the kneecaps, lifting the sit bones. And a little halo with the whole torso, drawing that little halo. So you feel the transfer, the ease and release, the tension and resistance, other direction. Through the muscles in the back of the legs, through the work of the core. Good. Let yourself center and lifting back up. Arms up. And reaching the chest wide. The arms wide. Beautiful. And releasing. Jump back in or wiggle your feet back in. Whatever feels good. All right. We're going to take a seat now. Practicing your sitting with as much attention as you can. Maybe you can do that without using your hand. And we'll take a blanket under the sit bone. It might be that you don't need a blanket, but it really helps with your forward movement. And the higher the blanket is, the more access to that movement you have. We're going to take a simple cross-legged position or something more comfortable for your knees if that's necessary. Let's draw quite a big halo above our heads. So it's the whole torso, and the neck feels very comfortable here. The head is just balanced over the. The bigger the movement, the easier it will be to feel the core of the body as we shift all the way around our center. Come back in the other direction. Great. And then let yourself center. And here our foundation is the sit bones, of course, the legs and the feet. Close your eyes and see if you can feel center. Or feel yourself centering. Find the flow of your breath. That feel. In your eyes and swap the cross of your legs if they're crossed. Okay. forward bending, for some people, it's such a difficult range of movement. So if you find that when you try to bend forward, you can't bring your torso really much forward of your hips, you're going to do this, hands behind the hips. Good. And you're going to explore your forward movement by making that, drawing a halo. So making the circles like we just did before with your whole torso. And pay particular attention to where the body becomes tight, where the resistance might be in your lower back. So hamstrings aren't the restriction here. Good. And then so you're going to do that, and then you're going to go in the other direction. And if you've got some forward movement, when you start to reach the torso forward, put your hands out in front, and you're going to support yourself where your body wants to reach to. And once you get as far as your torso wants to go without compromising the shape of your spine, then you can also make halo shapes with your whole torso. Good. And then we're going to be still. So whether you're upright or reaching forward, we're going to draw the shoulder blades back. Feel that the neck is long. Good. And then release and come up and change the cross of the legs again. So if you've got your legs out straight, you could just give them a little wiggle. Right. And discovering whether it's better for you to work here in this more upright position. Exploring the core, the body, and the relationship with a healthy spine. Nice. Or coming forward. Once you find your forward range of movement without compromising the healthy spine, try your halos to get a tiny little bit more movement. Enjoying the flow of breath, feeling connected to your body and your breath. Mind, body, breath. Other direction with your halo shape. You can just think of it as a circle instead. Just happens to be at the top of our head. Beautiful. And then you're going to release and come back. Great. We're going to do Janu Shisasana. So take your left leg out straight, and your right leg's going to go out to the right. And if you feel like you need your blanket under your thigh or your knee, then put that there. Maybe even if you had a sore knee, you could put your blanket under your knee, and then you can press down and be quite active in that leg, but it's supported in the partially bent shape. Always being kind and compassionate to your joints. Let's make a swimming shape with our upper body. We're going to swim the right arm to the outside of the left leg, and then let yourself come back. So we're going to explore our range of movement here with this swimming motion. And we want to really feel the core of the body supporting healthy lower back, healthy feeling in the spine. Reach as far as you like, as feels good, and hold your hand somewhere on your leg or your foot. You can put your left hand wherever that makes sense to keep nice long sides of the way, broad chest, healthy lower back. Good. And you can be reaching forward however that works for your body. If you're in that more upright position with your torso, try those little halos. What you're doing is just finding a little bit more in your forward range of movement, but we're not holding it. So we're discovering where the resistance and the ease is in the core of the body. Good. And then very gently releasing and coming back up. So you can put your right leg out to straight and your left leg, bend it in and find whatever support you might need for your leg. Let's try our swimming movement so we can feel that lovely open feeling in the chest. Reaching the left arm as far as you can to the little toe side of your right leg. I just have my right hand on the floor to help with balance here. You could try without that support. Ooh. You have to hold your balance more with the core of the body. Okay, next time you reach forward, take a hold where your hand lands. You're in that more upright position. Try your little movement of the whole torso. Make that circle shape above your head. Good. If you can reach forward, if that's your range of movement, you can be still or you can explore reaching even further with those little circular movements of the whole spine. Other direction. Good. And then releasing that side. And we're going to lay down. Legs hip width, parallel. Feet hip width, parallel. Let's take the arms overhead with the inhalation. Press into the feet and lift the hips. And as you exhale, lower the bones of the spine before you lower your arm. Get it. Nice sensation of reaching in the shoulder blades and the chest. Good. And then when the spine lays down, then take your arms back. Good. Okay, so we're going to try and really supercharge the legs. So press into the feet. Take your arms overhead first. Nice. And then strong feet. So we're going to lift the thighs, really powerfully lift the thighs. Squeeze the buttock muscles together and try and keep the legs parallel. Good. And then lower the bones of the spine. Especially feel that influence in the upper back. Ooh. And then bring your arms back by your side. Beautiful. Bring the arms overhead on the inhalation. Press into your feet. Really powerful in the thighs as you lift. Squeeze the buttock muscles together. Good. Keep all that muscular action in the legs and then lower down bone by bone Feel your spine, it's relaxed, and then release your arms. I'm going to do one more. Inhale, arms overhead. Strong leg. Press into your feet. Lift the thighs powerfully. Squeeze the buttock muscles. Keep that muscular action as you lower down bone by bone. And then release your arm. Nice. Now we're going to lift the hips again and hold the powerful legs, squeezing the gluteus muscle towards center, and bring your hands underneath your sacrum, interlock your fingers, and walk your upper arms closer and closer to each other. Really reach the knuckles towards the heels. Relax your neck. Try to keep lifting. I want to sink down. Keep lifting, keep lifting. Beautiful. And then we're going to release and lower down. Nice work. Good. And we're going to do one more of those with the fingers crossed the other way, interlock the other way. The powerful leg. And I know that it's hard because we don't really use our gluteus muscles enough. And there's such a big bulk of muscles, so there's lots of power available there once we learn how to use it. Lift the thighs, squeeze the buttocks. Good. Interlock your fingers the other way. And walk the knuckles towards the heels. Walk your upper arms a little closer together. Try to bring the heels of the hands together. Lifting the legs powerfully. See if you can hold without sinking. And breathe. Beautiful. Release. And lower down. Nice work. Let's bring the left heel to the right knee. Bring the legs in towards the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Glean as much length for your lower back as you can. The legs are moving towards the chest. But imagine making a little more space in the left hip by taking the left knee away from the left chest. You can straighten your right leg if you like, or just be with this movement as awkward as it can feel. Finding the flow of your breath. The intention to be curious and compassionate. Good. We're going to put the right foot back down on the floor. Keep your left heel where it is on your right knee and bring your arms out from the shoulders and just let the legs down to the floor on the right. Nice big twist for your ribs and your thoracic spine, turning to look over your left shoulder. Really bring your focus to the core of your body. So you're using power there to lift the leg, your back, your spine feels really supported. Beautiful. Release. Bring the right heel onto the left knee and we bring the leg in towards the twist. So you're looking for your kind of movement here. If you rock from side to side on your pelvis, cross pelvis, lengthens the lower back. Curious, compassionate, intention. Tuning into the flow of the breath. Or put your left foot back down on the floor, arms out from your shoulders, and the legs are going to go towards the floor on the left. And you can look over your right shoulder. Oh. Really paying attention to your core so you can feel the inherent power of the strength to lift the leg. Your spine is healthy. Good. Unraveling yourself. Hug your knees into your chest and just a gentle massage of your knees side. Beautiful. If you're able to stay for the relaxation, another 10 minutes. Your legs out. If you need to finish your practice now, taking a deep breath and then rolling to your right. Namaste. People who are staying for Shavasana, making sure you're warm enough, you've got a long spine. And any extra padding you might need, that could be a blanket rolled up under your thighs if you have any discomfort or tension in your lower back. When you lie down, if it feels like you're squashing the back of the neck to reach the floor, put a support under your head. It's chilly here this morning. We've practiced moving around center, find center. So feeling the central axis of your body, spine. Feeling the radiance of the nervous system. So you can feel fingers and toes of your head. You can feel the breath moving in your body. And feel if there's any further little wiggles or adjustments to make. So that you feel centered, balanced here as you are on the support of the floor, the building. So feel the radiance of the nervous system in your toes. Soles of your feet. Arches of your feet, tops of your feet. Ankles. Lower leg. Knees. Thighs. Hips. Belly. Lower back. Middle back. Between your shoulder blades. Between your shoulders. Around your heart. Front of the ribs. Between the collarbone. Shoulders. And your arms. Upper arm. Elbow. Forearm. Wrist. Arm. Thumb. Finger. The back of your neck. And your throat. Base of your skull. Scalp. Forehead. Around your eyes. Eyebrows. Your nose. And your mouth. Lips. And tongue. And jaw. And your ears. Feel the flow of breath radiance, your body, the vitality. Breath by breath. Taking a couple of deep breaths now. And explore moving into a big stretch and rolling to your right side and coming up to sitting. Bring your hands together over your heart. Take the feeling of the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.